Okay, we need to add some credits at the end. Even more important than the captions is thanking the websites where we got these pictures. So let's do that by going to our list of URLs that are here. What we're going to do is we're going to find just the base website that this is from, which means deleting all of the http:// and wwws. We don't need to thank them for being on the World Wide Web. We're just going to say thanks to the following websites for the images used in this video, and we're going to do that by figuring out what we can delete. I definitely do not want to see the whole things in there. There's no way that that's going to help. Cloudinary.com looks as though we've got 2 of them. I think that's one of my errors. We've got our Fruit Growers News. We're going to go right here. Walmart Images. Walmart had a bunch of things on the web that they're selling. Same thing with the bottom one, which I believe was Amazon. Yep, Amazon. So I'm deleting everything that I don't need. So you'll come up with a short list like this, or you may have 9 different websites, just depends on your particular set. I'm going to copy all of that text because we're going to put that into our Premiere text box here. So we are going to create, I'm going to go ahead and use this to be at the very beginning of the next frame, which is nothing. And we're going to use our Text T for Typing tool and draw a nice big one for the sentence up here that says, thank you to the following websites for the images used in this video. And let's increase the font size. So you can see the text having been added here. I'm going to unfold it and show that we've got font size, so I can easily increase my font size there. I can tell it to center that text. And now we've got some text on the screen right there. So if we do our next text box in this same one, we won't be able to do things separately. So I'm going to actually click away and say make me another text box. So once again, going to the very first frame of that blank area, using my T for Typing tool, and drawing another. Notice I'm not going all the way up to the edge, and I'm going to paste in all of those websites. Now I'm going to select all because I want to make sure that I have every single one of those. If you did 9 and this only shows 6, there may be more of them and we may need to make the font smaller. Here's Amazon. You could also change the distance in between them, but make sure everything is nice and legible. So you just find a balance of what works for you. It can be on the left justified, or we could center these. We could also do some things with color. As long as it's really, really legible, I'm okay with it being just black and white like this, much better than making things that cannot be read. I'm going to move these up. I've got this warning color underneath, so maybe I want to put a different color underneath there. We can do that with a color mat. New color mat. This is how the warning color was made. I'm just going to pick a nice dark blue here. Credits BG. So seeing that should trigger with you that you could make something really nice in Photoshop if you had time. I'm going to go back to my editing workspace here, so I've got everything that I need. And I need to find that. So maybe I'll search for credit, anything that has that word. Alright, let me do that again. File, new, color mat. Picking a dark blue. Credits, BG. And there it is. So there's my color mat. I'm going to put it underneath. And now I've got the basics here, but of course, why not have them push in from the side, or there's lots of different things that we could do to animate that with transitions. If I press Shift D, Now it fades in and it all fades away. Sometimes I like to make the background last a tiny bit longer so it fades away and then the background fades away. You could also add a transition in between there so it's not so harsh. Even if it's the cross dissolve, that's great. Notice that red in there. When you have weird things like that happening, maybe we can just bring that blue over here, and now it's this cross dissolving. So I'm going to make sure that there is no red underneath, and then as it dissolves, it's going into that blue background.